Hello indie game fans, we are already coming upon June and what a year it has been so far. Personal downs aside, where you can read more about on the community page, as is tradition, June will be front and back loaded, with a conspicuous hole in the middle of the month due to E3. But I love this time of year since there are plenty of announcements and surprises, but here are my top 10 releases to look forward to as it currently stands. Let's begin with Until We Die, a side-scrolling strategy defense game where you're fortifying and defending a subway station in the post-apocalypse. In the way are mutants and not zombies as you would expect, and requires you to fight and survive for 30 in-game days. I love the pixel art and would have featured it in an earlier pixel art games video if the trailer was available, but I'm happy to see that it made it to launch and is one to get next month. A title that has a tremendous amount of marketing push behind it is Phantom Abyss, a title being published by Devolver Digital, with I believe big name streamers on board, and with an extensive explainer trailer, I'll leave you to the developer.
In Phantom Abyss, players are cast into procedurally generated temples and tasked with retrieving the sacred relics buried within. Intrepid adventurers will dodge scores of hidden traps, leap treacherous chasms, or flee relentless guardians through branching paths until one of the relics are claimed, or the temple overwhelms them. But be warned, you only get one attempt, so make it count. Phantom Abyss is an asynchronous multiplayer game where temples are filled with the phantoms of players who came before and met their demise. Use their clever moves and unfortunate missteps to your advantage and make it further than anyone that's come before. Equipped with a whip, players must navigate a unique arrangement of obstacles, traps, and rooms. Along the path are a series of powerful relics to obtain. Players will be given a choice to grab a relic, freeing some phantoms and earning new whips, or delving deeper into more treacherous territory. At the end of the temple lies the most powerful relic. Claiming it will seal the temple forever, meaning only one person in the world may claim it. Will it be you?
I love cozy life sim titles, having covered a bunch in my video a little while back, where Hokko Life was featured and finally makes it to launch, getting a brand new trailer in the process. It has you starting a new life in the village of Hokko, taking over an old workshop and helping the animal townsfolk, so you can certainly see the link to Animal Crossing, and looks to be that same kind of chill experience. If you enjoy colony sim titles like RimWorld but are not into the sci-fi theme, then may I suggest Going Medieval, a colony builder set in medieval times, we must build a castle and cultivate the surrounding lands, keeping your villagers happy while fending off external threats. As compared to other city building titles, the construction of multi-level castles and buildings, in a way similar to Minecraft, appears to be one of the draws, where there's plenty of research and upgrading to be done in order to give your colonists the best chance of survival. That will be a requirement since being under siege seems to be part and parcel of the game, so for that kind of immersive settlement building experience, this is one to watch. I mentioned Stonefly in one of my videos covering cool new indie game trailers, where I noted that this action-adventure title is of interest since it comes to us from developer Flight School Studio, who you might know from 2019's pinball-inspired Creature in the Well. It has you piloting a mechanical bug, wandering through the wilderness, gathering resources and fighting enemies, all in service of a journey of self-discovery, legacy and belonging. I like the art style here, and since their previous title was one that I enjoyed, excited to see what's next from the team.
Civil war left our land in a state of ruin. Amidst the dust of Stone's Hill, Phaedrid, steward king of Agatha, was slain. 20 years have passed. Malric and his Mason Order have ruled since with an iron fist, murdering, pillaging, squeezing the land of its spoils. Now, with winter, comes the rumor of a new leader, King Argon II. As the lion roars, the noble houses rally, bringing forth the steel of the Agatha Knights. The grizzled old king welcomes the battles to come with the full might of the Mason Order. Once more, legends will be born.
This one's pretty self-explanatory, but Chivalry 2, the sequel to the hugely popular Chivalry Medieval Warfare from 2012, will be a no-brainer for the month, being a brutal first-person melee multiplayer title, although I wonder how great this will do when something like Mordhau is on the market, but I'm sure this will sell bazillions of copies as well.
The poison. It's coming from this tower.
We must save the village.
Very excited to share that Astalon Tears of the Earth is releasing next month, being an action platformer title that I've been looking forward to, having an interesting 3-character setup between warrior, rogue and mage, as you explore a mysterious tower in the middle of the desert to save your village.
In order for us to survive, I had to embrace death.
It comes to us from the developer of Castle in the Darkness, so you know I'm all in, getting a good spot on the list. Mighty Goose made my list of both the best upcoming action platformers and pixel art titles of the year, finally getting a release date next month, which is very soon indeed. It's a fast-paced, frantic run-and-gun platformer that gives me some serious Metal Slug vibes, so if you're a fan of that series, a no-brainer to pick up and let loose the goose. Another very long in development title is The Last Spell. Having made my best upcoming tactics and roguelike videos, we are defending the last bastion of humanity against a demonic threat, protecting the mages as they cast the last spell to banish all magic from the world. It was described at one point in time as Dynasty Warriors meets XCOM meets Diablo, throwing massive swarms of enemies at you, but you do have screen clearing abilities, and as a fan of tactics titles, of course I was drawn to this. On top of the tactics combat, there is, interestingly, a base building element as you construct fortifications and upgrades, where if you do die, certain things do carry over from run to run, which nails that compelling roguelike loop. This will be releasing in early access with the first ending of the game, but the developers want to be the best tactics roguelike RPG out there and will need the help of the community to do so. From one early access title to the next, the gorgeous Ender Lilies Crisis of the Night will graduate from Steam Early Access and release onto consoles, although PlayStation owners will have to wait until July and Xbox owners TBD. But this dreamy fairy tale Metroidvania title is not to be missed. You adventure in a mysterious kingdom where the rain has corrupted and warped all living beings into undead monstrosities, having to battle your way through and hopefully unravel the curse. Most interestingly, our main character, Lily, uses the power of fallen knights in the quest, not directly attacking or using any traversal abilities herself, but the indirect animation is quite an interesting concept. Super well received in early access so far, so I cannot wait for the full release, and Metroidvania fans should be as well, taking the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos, and I will see you after the jump.